Everyone, and welcome to our Dual Enrollment Instructor Support Canvas Shell. I'm Ellen Reek. I'm a professor of English at Arizona Western College. I'm also the Dual Enrollment Instructional Support lead faculty member for this semester. So I'm helping to coordinate this Canvas Shell of materials and also create an opportunity for some feedback and dialogue between AWC faculty and our core 8 disciplines and courses, and you, our dual enrollment instructors. So we are so happy that you are teaching for Arizona Western College, and for many of you, you've been doing this for a long time, and we likely have a lot to learn from you about what's working and maybe what's not working as well. So I hope this is the beginning of a dialogue between instruction at Arizona Western College and instructors in dual enrollment out in Yuma County in the school districts. Some of you probably attended the dual credit conference last April at Arizona Western College, in which case you might remember that our keynote speaker, Tony Padilla from El Paso Community College, urged us, among other things, to identify some core 8 courses that transferred particularly well and broadly for all students, so that it gave us a sort of jumping off point for our course offerings for dual enrollment. So that's how we've organized this Canvas shell of materials and resources, is with that in mind. So first, this is just our homepage in Canvas. You've all been enrolled. If you have an AZ Western email address, which all of you should, since you post grades at Arizona Western College, you have that email address. So all of you have been enrolled in this Canvas shell. You'll need to probably accept, probably have a pending request to accept enrollment in the Canvas shell. So that'll be in your AZ Western email. So if you could dig through there and accept that request, then you'll have access to all of these materials. There's a short video welcome from Dr. Kaur, our Arizona Western College president. So I'd urge you to take a look at that very quickly, and then go over to the modules, because that's where the majority of information is. I'm not going to spend too much time going through all of the modules, but I do want to just give you an overview briefly, and I want this video to be brief because I know we're all busy people. This is one of the things in our welcome from AWC faculty. The AWC Dual Enrollment Instructor Support Lead, that's me. So this has contact information for me and a little brief overview. The dual credit conference from April that I just referenced, there's a couple of slides there that'll help you sort of, if you attended, it'll jog your memory about what we did and sort of the purpose of that event. If you weren't able to attend, it'll give you an idea of some of the things that we did. It'll also help us look forward to what we're now calling the Early College Conference, which will be happening in May 4th. May the 4th be with you, from 9 to 2 at Arizona Western College. There will be stipends for dual enrollment instructors to attend. I will send out a registration link in the next couple of weeks. We have a keynote speaker who's fantastic. She's a first-gen, born in Yuma, former student in Yuma County, who is now the executive director of All in Education in Phoenix, which works to promote particularly Latino students' success in college coursework. So she's a great fit for us, and we're thrilled that she's going to be here with us for that early college conference in May. Right here, I am going to click on this link. This is the AWC Core 8 courses and faculty leads. So essentially, what you've got here are the 8 courses or areas, disciplines that we have identified as being the most transferable and accessible for students in our region. So obviously, English 101 and 102 are being taught in most, if not all, of the Yuma Union high schools right now. And we've got some longtime veterans of English 101 and 102 dual enrollment instruction out in the field. And we've also got some new instructors. So all of these resources are designed to support you sort of wherever you are in the process of being a dual enrollment instructor. Math 150 or 151, those, there's a incredible math Canvas shell in here. Intro to Psych, US History, Art 140, Art History 141, or a lab science. So it sort of depends on your particular school, whether you're offering the art history course, if it's available, or if you're offering Bio 160, which is available, a lab science that some of you are offering at your institutions. Finally, Martha Martinez has put together a great Spanish Canvas module so that schools who are thinking about using Spanish 101 and 102 or 101 and 102 or clubbing students in Spanish, that's available as well. So these are your lead faculty. They all have their contact information in their Canvas modules, but I just wanted to let you know that it's not that we won't offer additional courses, general education courses, and obviously this is focused on general education on transfer courses. CTE is doing a similar thing for career and tech ed courses, but you're enrolled because you're a general education instructor for dual enrollment. So these are the areas, and again, we will offer additional courses, but this is the core, and we want to start with the core and provide support for that. So back in the modules, there are a couple of sort of modules that are first, the instructor and student resources. These are kind of the resources that every instructor and or student would need, information that every instructor or student would need at Arizona Western College, including how to submit final grades. If you haven't done that before, then there's a link there. Our course outline template is up here. We just started that a couple of semesters ago, maybe even fall semester. So we're all getting used to it as well, but just kind of follow that template when you're putting together your outline for your individual general education AWC course. A variety of materials here that you can explore on your own. The last thing I would add down here, one of the things that we definitely want to do with our particularly first semester college students is get them exploring career opportunities, which I know all of them are doing already in the high schools, but we want to make it really intentional with their academic planning in self-service through Arizona Western College. And even if they're not going to move on to Arizona Western College when they graduate from high school, really good for them to have the experience of building that academic plan. So this assignment, ultimately the final goal of this assignment is that they make an appointment with an AWC advisor, which could be in person or it can be virtual, and they can build that academic plan. And essentially what that will do is carry them through 2 years. They'll identify hopefully a major that they think they are interested in. If nothing else, they'll be able to take a sort of generic approach to the next couple of years so that they get their AJAC for sure, and that they start building an associate's degree sort of down the road to transfer to university. So that's kind of the goal of this. All of these resources are here for you to sort of use and adapt as you see fit. You're not required to use any of them, but we felt pretty strongly coming out of the conference last year, a big key point that was made during that conference sort of over and over again was that we needed this support for dual enrollment instructors. So that's why this is here. So if you come down, there's a lot of literature and resources to support college student success. So I'll let you kind of go through that obviously on your own. A couple of things I do want to point out. Excuse me. This is sort of a why we do dual enrollment. And I'm sure you don't need to be told why we do dual enrollment, but I think it's important to note that this is coming out of the American Association of Community Colleges. This is their journal. And so this is a national conversation. And I think it's important to highlight the fact that what we're doing is not just something we're doing in Yuma County. This is a response to, and in many ways we are leading the charge with dual enrollment in our region because we're isolated and because our student population is largely first gen. So this is all about access and equity and creating opportunities for students. So if they're sitting in a high school classroom, they can just as easily be taking college classes while they're there instead of making the big ask of them coming to college sort of fresh. This gives them a nice transitional period. Again, I'll let you kind of click through all of these things, but two more things I want to highlight. One is the National Alliance of Concurrent Enrollment Partnerships. There's a lot of language that flies around concurrent enrollment, dual enrollment, dual credit. This is the national organization that oversees all of dual enrollment. They call it concurrent. So essentially students who are taking both high school classes and college courses, all of those students are concurrent students. They're also dual enrollment students. Dual credit is a little bit different in that dual credit is what many of you are doing, which is offering college courses as a high school teacher in the high schools. This is part of your day. Concurrent enrollment can also look like students coming to Arizona Western College at the end of the day and taking a course, for example, on campus. And so we wouldn't necessarily know that they are high school students. They're just enrolled in the classes. I teach concurrent enrollment classes. I'm in my 5th year now at San Pasqual High School because it's in California and the intergovernmental agreement is a little tricky. We teach that as concurrent enrollment. So I am sent over as an AWC faculty member and teach concurrent enrollment, not dual credit. So just to clarify that. So you might want to click around in there and take a look. There are tons of resources available through the NACEP. There's an annual conference also, and we hope that some of you will be able to attend at least virtually next October when they have that. I think it's in Orlando next year. And I know that there will be a couple of spots for people to actually attend in person, but more to be revealed about that when we get closer. The credentialing guide, if you are someone who, obviously we're in an HLC waiver period right now, or presumably you know that, which means that the credentials that have been required by the Higher Learning Commission, our accrediting body, up until now are being waived until September of 2025. In the meantime, this is an opportunity. HLC wants to sort of give institutions this opportunity to foster the credentialing in the high schools, particularly in areas like ours where we have a high need for access to college coursework. And so this is a great opportunity to actually get free 18 graduate credit hours, sometimes a certificate, sometimes just the 18 graduate credit hours. It depends on your discipline. But if you go to this link for Arizona Teachers Academy, you will see some information and then further links, particularly for ASU and NAU, about those credentialing opportunities that are scholarshiped and free. And I don't know how long that's going to last, but for right now, scholarshiped and free. So even just getting enrolled in one of those programs or taking some graduate credit hours is going to get you a little bit closer to that credentialing. Right now, the waiver is waiving the credentialing requirement that has been a master's degree in the discipline or a master's degree in a related discipline like education with 18 graduate hours in the discipline. So in the case of English, I could have a master's degree in English, or I could have a master's degree in education with 18 graduate hours in English. And if you're interested in that and want to know more, please contact me. I'm happy to talk about that. It's super exciting. I am a lumberjack, so I'll probably promote NAU before I promote ASU, but they're all working together. So there's that. Anyway, you can see a variety of things in here. I won't belabor that any longer, but these are just here to help you sort of think about resources that support college students' success. Informal formative assessments. We know that you all in the high schools do this all the time. Your teaching methods are frequently much better than ours, and we have a lot to learn from you. We hope you'll share some of those teaching methods at our conference, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But I did want to point out that some of these things that you're doing in the high schools already are also things that we're doing as instructors at the college level. So really think about this as a way to sort of see the intersections between the college classroom and the high school classroom. And so the fact that we can share resources on some of those effective pedagogical strategies in the classroom, I think we're just finding bridges and ways to connect with one another. Okay, so now what's right here, and this is just from what I use in my class, in my Canvas shells, this is a welcome module for students. You don't have to have all of these things. You can organize yours however you want to, but we typically include a welcome module for students, and then many of the resources that are listed here, the AWC student resources that are here. So some of these are more important for students than others. The library homepage, databases, right? That kind of thing. The early college program, I don't know that students need to have a link to that, but definitely we want that for you. So sort of pick and choose what you use here for your welcome module. And now we're to the content modules, and I just want to quickly let you know what's in here. It's in the order of that colorful chart I showed you with the core 8 courses. So English 101 and 102 are first. This looks like it's a small module, but actually the link, if you follow the link here, it's going to take you to 2 complete Canvas shells, which is to say you could literally copy and paste or copy these Canvas shells and use all of the materials that Sarah Snyder and Paul Huggins from our English composition program have put together. So fantastic resources in this link here. You just have to follow the link and it'll take you to the Canvas Commons complete shells for English 101 and 102. So again, sort of a course in a box. Scrolling down, this is the Math 150, Math 151. So you can see there are a ton of resources in here. Scroll all the way down, quizzes, review keys. I wish I'd had this when I was taking algebra, I can tell you that. Did I mention I'm an English major? So there's that. If you scroll all the way down, then you'll see that these are all PowerPoints that go with those math sections. Let me scroll back up for a second. Just see. Yes, so contact information. So he put his up here. So welcome to all of you, and then contact information for math. And you should find that in each of the modules. So if I scroll down, then Psych 101, there's the contact information. And then here again, a variety of things. We had a little bit of a glitch with the quizzes, but it is in repair right now. So, so that should be fixed hopefully in the next couple of days. And again, tons of stuff here. OpenStax, we try to use open educational resources whenever possible, so so that it's free for students. So that's good. That's why the OpenStax. Here's the history, and you've got welcome from Monica, our esteemed history professor. Art history, so you've got an introduction, and I think contact information. Yep, down at the bottom for Jules Floss, who is the art history contact person, and our division area contact information. Bio 160, so again, welcome, all of the information that you need, and then some really great support and the science division contact information. And then finally, Martha Martinez, beautiful Spanish 101 and 102, and she's got the contact information here. So, the final thing, discussions. There is a place for you to ask questions, post comments, all of that kind of thing. Please, if you have questions or comments, please ask a question or make a comment or a suggestion. We know this is not exhaustive. We just wanted to give you a starting point for these materials. And we hope that, that what you will do is take a look at all of the materials that are available to you, and let us know if we're missing anything. As I said earlier, we will have a conference in May, but we don't want you to wait until May to let us know if you have questions or you need help with something. So please, if it's a disciplinary question, a question about your course specifically, then please contact the disciplinary contact person for that course. So whoever put that module together, that use that contact information in the module. If it's a more generic question about maybe AWC processes, submitting grades, getting support for students, something about the conference, anything like that, then I'm your go-to, and my contact information is in the top of that shell as well. So please, please, please take advantage of the resources. Let us know what's missing, and look for a call for papers and an announcement about the early college conference on May 4th. We really would love to have, there will be a stipend for participating in the event. There will also be an additional stipend if you are a presenter during the event, because we know we have a lot to learn from you, as well as the information that we want to share during the conference. So we'd love to have, we have two breakout sessions scheduled during that conference, and we would love to have shared resources, particularly some of you who have been doing this for a while, who can share some really good resources with us. So, and strategies for college student success. Because the bottom line is we're all here to help students do really well in their college courses, feel confident and capable, and transfer and feel successful in their college academic careers. So with that, I'm going to stop talking, and thank you so much for your time and for working with us at Arizona Western College and supporting dual enrollment for students in our region. Thank you.